welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to close out my February 19 budget. I use my cashless expense trackers for this budget week to track my category spendings and how much I have left instead of using the cash expense trackers here. The way I was doing it is I was looking at the date ranges and then looking at the categories and adding them up. But I went back to using my cashless expense trackers to make it a little easier on how much we're spending per category. So I do have to update some of these categories off camera. I just wanted to start recording so I don't continue working on the budget and forget to write it down or show you guys. Like I did, I started updating these categories. My eating out, we went over by 10 cents. My spending is over by $1.30. My husband spent $40, and I wrote down my pet category. We used $12.92. So things like this. I'm gonna check out my bank transactions and credit card transactions to make sure that I wrote everything and it's accounted for in this cashless trackers. So I just checked on my accounts and it looks like everything is already caught up here. So I'm going to just go down the list and see. So for market, we had a budget of $70. We have $19.32 left, so 70 minus $19.32. We used $50.68, so we were under budget on the market category. Home, we had $20 budgeted. We have $5.33 available, so we used $14.67. Let's see, I think that's it. So 50.60. Oh, I have 517.60 as the starting. So 50.68 plus 40.10 plus 41.83 plus 40 plus 12.92 plus 14.67 comes out to 220 cents. So we were under budget on our envelope categories. So 517.60 minus 220 cents. We have left over $317.40. So I'm going to carry that over here. And generally our sinking funds are exact from our budgeted. Sometimes like within this sinking funds categories, I'll change some money around depending on where we're at. So oops, 317.40 minus 155. I have 162.40 available as a leftover. So over here, I technically should have $89.80 available, but we have more than that here because we really were under. That's how I'm reading this, if this is correct. So let's see. Actually, okay. So I'm going to, I have an option here. I'm either going to keep the balances, like if the surplus is here and roll it over to the next paycheck and just stack it onto the new budget category, the allocated budget, or anything left over, I dump it into our extra saving. Let's see. Buffer $20, that's correct. That's minus 20, so that's 142. And then we had a tax bill. We're saving up for that because we owe taxes. So let me write over here, 162.60, 162. 30. Okay, I do have $20 still available. I'm gonna put actual 20 because that's gonna stay there. And 142. So I'm going to roll it over. That's what I'm going to do. Anything left over on these categories, I'm going to roll it over. Just so this is where it gets a little confusing, because if I roll it over, that means I technically spent the $70 in market, right? Or I just increase the budget on the next, I could just increase the budget on the next paycheck tracking period. Instead of putting 70, I could put 90. Let's close out this one first. So tax bill. Okay. I decide I'm going to roll over some of the money. So I'm gonna move, have about $30 left over from the cash, from the envelopes. I have about $30 total. Oh yeah, right here, $29.80 extra money on the envelope categories that I'm going to just roll over. Okay, now I see where the money's coming from. Just gotta double check my math, and then this is gonna get rolled over to the new categories, to the 80, like that, $29.80. So I'm gonna transfer this to our savings, for this amount to our savings. Let me recap what I just did. So this was all our actual amount, our actual money that we pulled out, our leftovers, $517.60, and this was the budgeted amount based on my cashless trackers. This is actually how much I spent out of the budget. So we were under $29.80. So we have a leftover $317.40. It's over here, sinking funds. We spent $155 in sinking funds. So we have $162.40. I'm rolling this over to the extra savings, but I'm going to keep the extra savings budgeted amount. So you see how I had $29.80? That amount left over came from being under in this area. And I'm going to roll it over to my next paycheck tracker period. I'm going to roll over that amount over here. So $29.80. So I'm going to bump up my budgeted categories for some areas. Like my pets, I'm going to bump it up because I'm going to need to buy some wet food and some litter that cost more than $20. So I'm going to roll it over to this tracking period. Okay, so with that recap, I'm going to stop it there. That's closing out February 19 budget. Okay, we're rolling this over to February 26 paycheck. So I'll see you guys on the next video for this amount in this budget.